Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a deeply fascinating and frankly totally thought-provoking philosophical framework today. We're going to impartially unpack the teachings and writings of the guide Xu Feng, who is the founder of Life Chain One. Specifically, we'll be looking at his essay, The Cycle of Cause and Effect: Everything is Inevitable. Now, whether you are completely new to these cosmological ideas or you've spent years exploring Eastern philosophical traditions, the way Xu Feng structures the concepts of fate, destiny, and the afterlife is just incredibly intriguing. We are going to map out this entire worldview together step by step. So, let's dive right in. Xu Feng kicks things off by holding a mirror directly up to us. He asks a very simple but incredibly loaded question. How has your life been? Satisfactory or unsatisfactory? It's a brilliant hook, really, because every single one of us has an immediate gut-level answer to that. You might be riding high on incredible success right now, or you could be going through some really tough struggles. But he doesn't ask this to offer a quick fix. Instead, he uses it to introduce a radical shift in how we actually perceive our own reality. Section 1. The Script of Fate, the Unchangeable Present. Okay, so let's look at his first core concept. When it comes to whether our lives are good or bad right now, Xu Feng's answer is startlingly blunt. He says, it is all fate. According to the source material, our current circumstances are absolutely not random. They aren't just the result of some recent streak of good or bad luck. Instead, he teaches that they have already been written into the script. Basically, whatever you are experiencing at this very second, whether you love it or hate it, is a fundamentally predetermined reality. What's so striking about this concept is the total lack of control we have over the present moment. In this philosophy, the reality of your present is strictly determined by the actions of your past lives. And because of that, your current circumstances are exceedingly difficult to alter. It's literally like being an actor who's just been shoved onto a stage and handed a script. No matter how much you might want to change the story, you can only follow the plot. Xu Feng really drives this home. In the present moment, we are simply not in control. Moving on to Section 2, Bodhidharma's Karmic Law, the Philosophical Proof. So, you're probably wondering, where does Xu Feng actually ground this incredibly bold claim? Well, he points straight to this famous teaching from Bodhidharma. I want you to really absorb the symmetry here. To know the causes of the past life, look at what you are enduring in this life. To know the outcomes of the future life, look at what you are doing in this life. It's basically a perfect equation of cause and effect. It completely bridges the gap between what we suffer or enjoy today and what we are actively building for tomorrow. Now, the crucial takeaway is hidden right there in the wording. Did you catch the word endure in that quote? Xu Feng places massive importance on this single word. In his framework, to endure doesn't just mean putting up with something annoying like a long line at the bank. It means to accept, bear, or shoulder inevitable fate. It signifies absolute inevitability. There's no escaping it. It means that everything in this current life is a result we are absolutely compelled to face, whether we like it or not. And this brilliantly illustrates the practical, everyday application of the philosophy. If the present is a script we just have to endure, how are we actually supposed to live our lives? Well, Xu Feng provides a very stoic guide. If you are poor, don't complain. If you encounter unreasonable people, face them calmly, without hatred. If misfortunes hit you, you accept them with total composure. But hey, it's not all heavy. When blessings come your way, you're meant to simply enjoy them. The core message is that what is destined to come will come, and what's destined to leave will leave. Fighting it changes absolutely nothing. So Xu Feng essentially splits our existence right down the middle here. On one side, our past causes inevitably lead to our present endurance. We are completely powerless to change that. But on the flip side, our present actions lead directly to our future outcomes. We're the passive audience of our past, sure, but simultaneously, we hold total responsibility for the future we are creating right now. All right, Section 3, Shaping the Next Life, the Malleable Future. This is where the tone completely shifts from just passively accepting today to taking forward-looking action, which naturally leads us to ask exactly what you are probably thinking right now. Okay, what about our future? What about our next life? If today is locked in, how do we make sure tomorrow or our next incarnation is actually better? The answer lies entirely in our current behavior. While the circumstances you're experiencing right now are predestined, the actions, the reactions, and the choices you make today are actively laying the groundwork for your future. The script of your current life is already written, yes, but you are holding the pen for the script of your next life. Because of this, Xu Feng is very explicit about the specific behaviors that will sabotage that future script. We're talking about traits like jealousy, resentment, comparativeness, anger, hatred, arrogance, selfishness, possessiveness, and domineering behavior. According to the text, if we hold on to these traits in this life, we are actively ruining our future outcomes. Xu Feng clearly states that anyone clinging to these negative traits absolutely shouldn't expect to reach heaven in their next life. Which brings us to Section 4, Destiny of Chanyuan Celestials, the cosmic result. Let's see how all of this builds to a specific cosmological destination within the Life Chenyuan framework. There is a fascinating nuance here in Zuifeng's teaching regarding his followers, who are known as Chenyuan Celestials. Normally, you'd think a spiritual guide is trying to teach or cultivate his followers from scratch, right? Not in this framework. He actually states that Chanyuan Celestials are not educated or cultivated into their roles. Instead, they are destined by heaven. Because of that strict cycle of cause and effect we've been talking about, their status is already predetermined by the karma of their past lives. So Zuifeng says he is merely searching for them, not making them. Let's map out how this builds toward ultimate spiritual success. For those who are on the right path, the ones who shed those negative traits and calmly endure their present fate, ascension is mapped out incredibly clearly. Step 1 is walking the way of the greatest creator. From there, the cycle of cause and effect essentially guarantees the rest. Step 2 is reaching the 1,000-year world. Step 3 is entering the 10,000-year world. And finally, the pinnacle, Step 4 is reaching the Elysium Celestial Islands continent. The text emphasizes that reaching these celestial destinations is absolutely inevitable for those walking the path. Just like your current suffering or joy was inevitable, this celestial reward is inevitable too, as long as the groundwork is laid properly. Which leaves us with a deeply profound reflection to end today's explainer. Are you simply enduring your past script today, or are you actively writing your celestial destination for tomorrow? According to the guide Xu Feng, everything is inevitable, governed strictly by the cycle of cause and effect. You are both the audience of your past and the very active author of your future. Thank you so much for joining me and breaking down these really fascinating teachings today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.